Greg, obviously Menkov got a pretty decent jump out there. I mean, how do you play yourself off him at the moment in terms of distances?
He's most certainly in the groove of, I think, how I was last year. To be honest with you, it's something that is very interesting within the jumping. Once you start feeling what you're meant to be doing out there, everything's coming together. You have huge amounts of confidence. You just go and do it for fun. I think every time I competed against Menkov last year, I had what he has at the moment, and I'd beat him. And that was like with most people out there. And again, I've been discussing it and saying about it all week and the last couple of weeks that I'm just not feeling what I was feeling last year.
How frustrating is that?
It's incredibly frustrating, and I think it's because I've been here, there and everywhere, and last year I had a solid base based in London. We had everything sorted, everything under one roof. At the moment it's very different, but I'm adapting with it. It's something that I'm starting to feel better, and as I say, today, as much as the distances weren't spectacular, I felt better within myself. Every time to go over 8 metres is a lot of stress on your body anyway, and I started to feel better, and that's where I need to be, because ultimately when I have confidence on the runway, that's when the distances will come.
You say things are changing about you at the moment. What's your routine in terms of locations, etc.?
Well, I'm based back in Milton Keynes, where I'm from at the moment, and I'm using the local track, which is fantastic. They're always very accommodating for me, which is nice. I'm not just there on club nights, I have to turn up at certain other times as well. And then I'll be sort of dashing around for different therapy wherever it needs to be done, be that Birmingham or Rutherford or wherever. So it's a bit disjointed, but I'm not concerned by it. I mean, ultimately, even when I was training in London, I was based in Milton Keynes, and I'd just travel in. So I don't have a concern with the way things are, but I'm actually happier to be back in the UK and sort of not travelling so much. It's the time differences, and constantly being on an aeroplane is a nightmare. So it's nice to be here.
How does an 8:11 today fit in with your plan on the road to Moscow?
I tell you, it's not too bad. It's starting to get there. I remember when I jumped here last year, I had one half decent performance where I sort of jumped to 790 something, and then I jumped to 812 at the trials here. So it's somewhere where I'm sort of starting to feel it a bit better, and it's where I need to be. I need to be jumping those sorts of distances in competitive fields. Ultimately, I came second in a Diamond League. Distance being by the by, it's still being competitive on the day and doing what you need to do to try and win. And ultimately, I didn't get the win what I wanted, but I still beat a lot of very, very good long jumpers out there.
Where are we going to see you next?
Paris. So I'll be nipping over to Paris in a few days' time. So hopefully get a couple of days training done first, and then get myself ready, and hopefully be competitive there. Menkov will be there again. And I jumped well there a few years ago. I mean, Chris broke the British record there, and I jumped 8:27 there. So that was 2011. Now I get to go there, hopefully feeling better after today, and I'm aiming for a much better performance.
Thoughts on how close Chris was today ahead of the trials? It's going to be a pretty decent battle, isn't it, between the two of you?
It is, yeah. And actually, funny enough, today we just saw that in the juniors competition, we had two guys, Elliot Sappho and Phil Sayers, go sort of 780 and 770 as well, which is fantastic for juniors.
Absolutely.
So that's very, very exciting. So we'll see those guys hopefully as well, our seniors, and we might have a few. Again, there's always a couple of guys there who are good for 8 metres. So this could be one of our better trials this year. Ultimately, hopefully it'll be me and Chris jumping the 820s and 30s and sort of going head to head again. But it's great to see that these youngsters are coming through, and I think going to push us on.
Good luck in Paris.
Yeah, thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.